The following podcast contains spoilers and adult language. Listener discretion is advised.
Hi, I'm Adam Green, the creator of the Hatchet franchise and Holliston TV show, and you are listening to The Showdown. And if they ever show down any of my shit better win.
As a boy, he was always different. No one understood him.
You ready for it, boy? It's time to take your medicine. Thank you, sir.
No one could control him.
Go inside, honey.
But now, it's a new beginning. The beginning of the end for Freddy.
Every town has an Elm Street. Screaming while the bus is in motion.
It's your mind to go for.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little soul too.
We're gonna have to hit him with everything we got.
Now I'm playing with power.
We're in Twin Peaks here.
It's gotta be me and him.
You want to live?
Maggie, watch out! What's with kids today, huh?
Freddy's dead. The final nightmare.
Great graphics.
They saved the best for last.
So you can hear the newest episode of the Showdown Podcast. Welcome. This is our Spooktober Spooktacular.
See, we can never get that. We can never get that straight.
Is it both? Is it the Spooktober Spooktacular?
I don't know. I don't think it's
Rocktober Spooktacular?
No.
It's everything.
Are we selling Chevy trucks? Is this Rocktober? All right, so Spooktober Spectacular comes to a conclusion, a finale with Freddy's dead. We'll talk about that in a little bit. This is the Showdown Podcast. I'm your host, Brad Scott, along with live here in the Miller Zoo, Corey's Evil Lair. I just realized that I said both your names in the nicknames for your residents. Corey's Kitchen.
Yep.
Carissa's Kitchen. She runs this shit.
Okay.
Corey Miller.
Yep. That's me.
And then live via Skype from White Ass, Delaware.
In the dungeon.
Victor Miller.
Thank you.
You see what that is, Corey? You know what that's called?
Sound effects?
Stepping your game up. This guy's taking this show seriously.
All right.
I just want you to know that chair can be filled.
Oh, good.
Yeah. All I would have to do is just have you stand to the left. All of your podcast shit in a box to the left. So this is I forgot. I'm supposed to be hosting a podcast.
Yeah.
Sorry, I kind of drifted off there for a second. Super tired, but can't sleep.
Why?
I can't talk about it.
Mm.
So
Great.
this last weekend, I'm curious if any of us did anything fun.
Did you do anything?
I stayed mostly in a depressed slumber in my apartment.
Oh.
My daughter and I think saw a movie.
You think?
Yeah, we saw Happy Death Day. No, that was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really do much of anything.
Yeah.
We hung out. Yeah, we watched movies at home. That's right. And then that was about it. So, Vic, what did you do?
This weekend, I was actually in Indy.
I'm sorry, what?
You fuckers didn't even notice.
Hold on a second, Vic.
This is how
Vic.
much you guys realize. You guys follow my life.
Hold on, Vic. Hold on.
What?
Well, first of all, something as insane as this deserves
I think he hit it too.
Yeah, you did it too, didn't you?
Most definitely.
What did you think I was doing, Vic? Actually, though, Corey, you know what that is? You know what that was that just happened right there?
What?
Knowing your teammate.
Yep.
I didn't have to say what it was, and as I was scrolling for the sound, Vic was already on that same sound.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, I knew. Now, we didn't record. We were supposed to record Miller.
You knew?
No.
Hold on, Vic. Hold on.
No.
What else do you two want to tell me?
No, I knew.
That you have a rogue podcast of your own that dabbles in the small screen?
I'm sorry to let you know this, Brad, but yes, we do. No, well, we were supposed to record Miller Times on Saturday, and he had forgotten he was going to a wedding.
Wait. Hold on.
No. I didn't forget I was going to a wedding.
Hold on, Vic. Hold on.
All right.
What is this Miller Times you speak of, and what platforms could I find it on?
Oh, you can find that on iTunes, Stitcher. No, I'm sorry. It's just on Apple Podcasts and Google Play. Anyhow.
Vic, you like how I said tell them what that is and where they can find it? And he's like, here, I'm just going to tell you where you can find this thing that you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about.
It's Vic.
So the Miller Time Podcast is our podcast where Corey and I talk about our favorite TV shows that we like. Sometimes we dismantle them. Sometimes we prop them up. Sometimes we just talk shit about them. I really do like most of the shows, as I have to constantly repeat because of the stupidity of it. But we basically talk about comic book TV shows, adaptation of TV shows to comic books, primarily Gotham, but also follow all of the DC titles and occasionally talk about The Walking Dead and some of the Marvel titles as well when those are on.
It's for all of us. we just advertised the podcast of two of our co-hosts on our own podcast. And I'm guessing no one listens to either.
That's awfully meta.
Now let's get back to the.
No, hold on. Do you realize, had we all been wearing Abercrombie shirts, we would have all started glowing, and we would have come together to form the biggest douche in the history of the world.
Okay, first of all, Abercrombie doesn't make shit that fits me. So
I meant to say Affliction. That's the douchebag shirt. And I'm sorry, I didn't used to feel that way, and I thought it was an unfair stereotype, but that's a stereotype now. If you're wearing it now, then you're just accepting it, right?
Yeah.
Because, seriously, that's what people think of that shirt, right?
So, yeah.
You see an Affliction shirt, what do you think? Ugh. Or Tap Out?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's nothing wrong with those clothing lines, those clothing styles.
Right.
Nothing wrong whatsoever. But
if you're a
we started
wrestling.
associating it with douchebags.
Yeah.
And then everybody was like, it's too many. The numbers aren't working in your favor. Nice, normal guy who just likes the Affliction t-shirts.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right.
The bros got you.
All right, let's get back to Vic at this wedding here. I didn't know he was here in town. I just knew that he was going to a wedding.
Wait, hold on. Vic, hit me.
That sounded a little sped up.
Who got married?
My wife's friend Jessica
My wife.
and Michael.
Oh, yet another thing you guys are keeping me in the dark about and not telling me. Go ahead. Proceed with this beautiful, lavish wedding that I apparently was.
I mean, I only put it on Facebook, and I had pictures on all
I didn't
kinds
know
of
that was
stuff.
here.
That I was here. Yeah. I even said I'm gonna be. I get to visit my girls this weekend.
You know what?
Where do my daughters live? Indianapolis.
I saw that, and I thought that they were coming to you.
You know what I imagine? You know what I imagine happened this weekend while Vic was at the wedding? This is how I imagine it went down. Vic, don't correct me at all. Let me get through it.
All right. I'll let you
so
go.
this is how I imagine Vic's weekend with the wedding in Indianapolis went. He and like some guys, possibly one of them was named Thurston. Another one was Montgomery. Like, you know, guys like that, like kind of like with almost Civil War beard still, wearing a suit, like a country club, like, and they're like on a credenza. I don't even know what that is, but I just imagine that there's a credenza, whatever that is, and they're sitting at like a table, and there's other black people serving food and pouring wine, and then Thurston just goes, "Victor, are you still doing that podcast with those two imbeciles in Indianapolis now that you've moved to Delaware?" Vic's like, "The Showdown is a 3-time award-winning podcast."
You're damn right.
And then the guy like kind of looks at him, all nervous and shit. And then they both do, "I'm just kidding with you, Thurston. Yeah, it's a social experiment I've been doing for the past few years." Is that close?
No.
Oh,
Horribly wrong. I don't think there's one person named Thurston there.
they had a best of episode.
I would have had to Rochambeau someone that spoke to me like that, like very quickly. So, but
Best of one clip, the end of every episode. More crumpets, Victor.
So,
Well, thank you, Thurston.
Anyway, my wife and I drove to Indy for the weekend.
That lowbrow humor like that, Corey, it's keeping us out of the wedding.
We got there on Friday night, hung out a little bit, and had to go shopping and do a bunch of stuff. And I had forgotten that we had to go and do a bunch of stuff in the morning, and I made plans to do the podcast with Corey. And my plan was to have him call me to do the podcast, and then like as we were doing the podcast,
you're gonna knock
on his door, and then like he's like, "Hold on, wait a minute." And then when he went to go to the door, I was gonna walk around to the side of the house and do fucking ding dong ditch on him a couple times.
Oh wow! We went
like I planned this whole fucking thing out, but I completely screwed up.
Yeah, we had different ideas where that was going. I thought of Embrace and touching moment on the show.
No.
Recorded audio of you two, embracing, and you went right to "I'm a dick."
So there's, Well,
there's more to this story too. So. He said,
"Oh no, Vic, not a good idea for a black guy to be creeping around the white guy's house."
He said, "Let's do it Sunday morning." I said, "Okay, 9:00." Yeah. So 9:00 rolls around. I text him. I'm like, "Hey, are you on?" He's like, "Dude, you just woke me up. I'm still drunk. Let's do this later." So we didn't record.
Have you ever drank a sip of alcohol?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I drink all the time.
What?
Vic,
hit me!
What?
Hit me! Where was this Victor back when I was drinking?
See, here's the problem.
I thought you were in AA. I thought you were a friend of Bill W.
It takes a lot to get drunk, but it had an open bar.
Oh, yeah. That's Corey's favorite words at a wedding. Hey, Grizza. Put some Bud Lights in your pockets. We'll put them in the freezer home.
We had an open bar.
Hey, can I have that? I need 2 Bud Lights, and can I have the caps?
Yeah, leave the caps on. I like to take them off my teeth. Wait, who paid for your open bar?
My father-in-law.
Good for you. All right, so Vic, no, sorry. Corey said he had an open bar at his wedding, and I was astonished. And so Vic, so the wedding, so you show up to his house, and he tells you he's drunk.
No. He just texted. He just texted me.
I was like, dude.
Oh wait, you were really drunk?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was like part of the plan. Like,
No.
Hey, dude, I'm too super drunk, and then like he opens the door and there's a bag of shit on fire, and then you're creeping around the back like breaking windows, and
No,
I jumped his fence, came to the back door, and was just sitting there when he came back in.
Yeah, we didn't record at all. So
So no episode last week?
No, we're recording after this.
But wasn't it supposed to be last week?
No,
aren't you late?
Yeah, we are.
You're late.
We don't have. Well, never mind. We're not going to get into that.
Been late.
No, Oh yeah, WrestleMania's never been late.
I said my way's never been late.
No, that's true.
What did you think I said? That you got so defensive that you immediately attacked my other podcast. All I said was my way. The show me and him do, by the way, listener, the show me and Corey do, aside from this, I said my way's never late.
I heard the my.
Kind of just jabbing at Vic, and this dude immediately just heard something, was like, what do you say about it? Fuck WrestleMania. Tyrion's a bitch.
Y'all bitches are always late.
Your show sucks. It's not
You're like
funny.
a chick after prom night.
Roots are underground forever.
That's right.
These are way too inside. Okay, so continue. So there's no episode. That's it. That's the end of the story.
Yeah, it'll be out tomorrow.
There will be.
Mm-hmm.
We're recapping.
All right.
I got it down.
Speaking of recapping, wait, was there something else we were going to talk about? Oh, wait, I was on a show.
Yes.
That's what I did this weekend.
Yeah.
I did get up. Saturday, I went and recorded a show called Rank You Very Much. It is hosted by my friend and fellow comedian Joe Bates. Congratulations. Rank You Very Much beat out WrestleMania for the Indianapolis Comedy Award for Best Podcast.
Oh, did it? I didn't vote for them. I voted for you guys.
Oh, God. You know what I thought that was at first? The way you said, oh, did it? I thought he was going to be like, oh, because the Showdown wasn't even nominated.
Yeah, we were.
I didn't see my way. I didn't see my way on the list.
Yeah, where the hell were our names at?
Actually, the Rascals did that.
Yeah.
I didn't, unless Tyrion nominated us, I did not. And I don't think he did either. Because we kind of really didn't care.
Yeah. Did you even know about it?
No, we did. Because we mentioned it.
No, I mean before the.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, no, I don't know who. It may not have been the Rascals because they may not have known. Yeah, we were just all of a sudden nominated for an award, and they, Joe said the voting was close. I think he was trying to spare my feelings and be nice. But Rank You Very Much is a very good show. The only thing I would, question is it a podcast?
Or is it a vodcast?
It's not available on any podcasting platform.
I don't think something called a vodcast.
It's like a vlog.
Yeah,
they literally call it a video podcast.
Oh, damn. Okay.
A vodcast.
No, Corey, we're not doing this anymore. No, we're gonna step away.
All right.
The better show won. We don't hang runner-up banners.
What was this show
at
called?
WrestleMania arena? WrestleMania. It's
No, not that show. I know that.
Rank You Very Much, Vic. Rank RANK You Very Much.
Tell everybody what that show's like.
So basically, he picks a topic. Sometimes it's best, sometimes it's worst. People on Facebook give their opinion. Like, this is a funny one. Worst side character on Full House. People say Kimmy Gibbler.
No.
People say blah, 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 blah. And then...
Gibbler's little fucking brother.
Oh, yeah. I remember. Technically, you could say Steve Urkel's in that category. He was on an episode.
Yeah, he was on an episode.
But here's the thing. So then they take whatever. I think they come up with 10 or 12 or something.
DJ's boyfriend when she was like 17-ish.
Steve?
Yeah.
He's on Fuller House.
That's not surprising.
So anyway, so they take the top 12 or whatever, and then he and two other comedians usually, or two other people, just kind of argue and debate. They each get to veto some, where they get to just knock things off the list, and they come down to the top 3 of that category, and they rank them. And
what was your rank? What were you
hold on. Do you guys want to know what won the Full House one?
What?
The studio audience, the live studio audience. Yeah, it's a really good one. That's smart. It's funny. Not like what we're doing WrestleMania, which is pretty lowbrow and cream your jeans. WrestleMania logo shirts coming soon. Anyways, I was on that show, and our topic was best horror movie.
Mm-hmm. I was glad to see Halloween was on the list. And I was surprised by your reaction to the It miniseries being on there.
That list was bullshit. I never felt more uncomfortable voting in my life. It's pretty sad. I voted in the last election. Way better. I was like, I know that's who I want to win. This was just, I had to go with what the list was. I suggest, so we were each allowed, I think, to suggest one or two. From the Facebook list, like Steven, because I was on with another very funny comedian, Stephen Vincent Giles. And he's big horror movie buff, as am I. We were each allowed, I think, to give one or two that we would want to add or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And then we'd have to say what we were taking it out of or what we were taking off. And I suggested it, but I wasn't, I guess, specific. I assumed everybody knew I was talking about the movie that's just been breaking records recently. And no, they put the miniseries up there.
So did you talk shit about their single Yeti mic like you talked about ours?
Well, no, Vic, because they don't need it. The computer picks up most of it anyways. That's just for backup. That's not the sole source of sound for them. I wouldn't have had to. Actually, I did lean over to play the theme song, but that was just more for show. That was more for show.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
It was more for show. I wasn't having to covering around it like we're all warming our hands, like we're hobos at a dumpster, at a trash fire. God, I got some good podcasting here. So it was a very fun show. So Corey, what are your thoughts? You watched the whole thing.
Yeah, Halloween should have won.
It was like the third one vetoed.
I know. You guys.
No, the second one. I think it was the second one.
Yeah,
I vetoed Conjuring first because those people are frauds and horrible human beings that take advantage of naive people. And Steven, I believe, took Halloween off immediately.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed.
That's your only thought.
No, didn't say that.
Okay, well, that you made it seem that way.
No, there was some that I would have taken off really quickly. Conjuring being one. The miniseries.
Joe took that one off just so there would be no debate. Although I was like, there's not going to be a debate. I was like, no, it's not the best horror movie of all time. It was a good miniseries when I was a kid.
Not surprised Nightmare on Elm Street was on there. I can't remember some of the other ones.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Poltergeist.
I would have taken Poltergeist.
Exorcist. The Shining.
Exorcist I would have taken off. Oh, yeah, Psycho,
yeah. But here's the thing, okay, so what choice do you remember? Do you remember a choice that I made or that someone do you remember a choice I made specifically that you disagreed with?
No, there wasn't. And for the most part, being as how we've been doing this show for 3 years, I kind of have an idea of what you're going to go with anyway.
Oh, so, really? You thought you thought you had scouting report, huh?
Yeah.
I really should. You should have taken you should have been honest, and you should have gone through and been like, this is what I thought. You should have given your picks as you were watching.
Yeah, I would have had some different ones on there for sure, but you guys didn't pick.
No. I mean your picks as to what I would do.
No, I know what you're saying.
Hold on.
What?
Stop. What the fuck? His computer or his camera fell over.
Oh yeah, Joe. He's talking about the thank you very much.
Oh.
Hey Vic, I'm telling you right now, if you
awesome.
Oh yeah, during the horror episode.
Yeah.
By the way, Vic.
Yeah.
You need to watch that with audio. I was on fire.
I
really was. I was on my game, comedic wise. I was sharp. Did you hear the first part, Vic?
Yeah.
Where he introduced what we were, our expertise?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, I think so.
Steven was a expert jump scare predictor.
Yeah.
And I was actually kind of a celebrity.
Oh yeah,
I was actually on the crew of Alien 3. I designed the alien testicles.
Yeah.
Right.
And the smaller alien in the alien's mouth, those testicles as well. But Charles S. Dutton had his own guy. Said, I've got my own balls, thank you. I'm happy to do it for free. You're in Hunters on, and you are the hunted.
Well, they can find that on.
That's Menace to Society. That's from a future episode. Oh, fair.
So you can find that on Facebook.
Yeah, you can find it on Facebook. Rank you very much. Give them a like. Watch the video.
Also on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe.
And we we sent it out on our Facebook page too. So it's been
okay.
There.
We do now.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you meant now that I'm on it. We're going to be fans now.
No.
They're stuck with us.
No.
And I'm actually maybe making an appearance back on Sarge Approved soon.
Oh, you may?
We talked last night. They want me back on there. I felt like the first time it wasn't quite me.
Yeah.
A little unfamiliarity there. They feel like it would be a better show the second time around.
The first of us that gets to go back. They must not like us, Vic.
Nah, they just wanted they knew the star.
Oh, is that right?
They knew the star.
They
Although
they love the black man. Don't get it
the
twisted.
guy on there last night that did the because they do. I'm in a fantasy football league with the Sarge approved guys. Checked out their podcast, by the way, and they do a podcast every week for the fantasy football league. It's like a Sports Center type spoof, and I was the guest being interviewed last night along with this guy Ben that's in the league, and he said Corey's episode was his favorite episode of Sarge approved ever.
Oh.
And I said, I am waiting at any point in time for Corey to rip off this mask. It wasn't Ben, it was me all along.
Starts twirling.
Corey's number one.
Well, if he listens to the show, thank you.
He doesn't. That's
there's no reciprocation.
Yeah, he liked you there, but then he probably ventured onto his own. He was like, oh my God, I totally see what Brad was talking about. Like, this guy is unbearable. All right. So moving on, we watched a movie.
Yes, we did.
It was called Vic. What?
So don't we have some things to do, gentlemen? That we always fucking end up having to remind
Yeah,
you?
maybe we should give the name of the movie first.
That's not how we do things.
Okay, well, it's a mystery. We're gonna play Bankroll or Bust. Try to figure out the movie based on the release date and the budget.
See, this is a glitch in the matrix here.
No, I think
normally it's given with Vince, but now that Vince is no more, we have to work this out.
Well, I did say it at the top.
Yeah, he did it, and when they download it, it says
It does say the title.
We're
not doing a very good job of keeping this secret, Vic.
Then why did I have to validate things? I see how it is. Anyway, this week's episode is Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare.
That was a lie.
Hold your horses.
I didn't name these things.
No, I know you didn't name it. They lied when they named it.
And now the Showdown Podcast history. I saw this movie when I was a kid. Loved it. Watched it yesterday. Do I still love it? Find out in like 15 minutes. Corey.
This was the first time I saw it. It was like last week.
I saw it when I was a teenager and enjoyed it then. And you'll find out shortly as well from me.
Okay, you can finish.
I have things to say.
Okay, you can finish that thought, Corey. I thought Vic was going to give me a little more there.
No, I said I watched it last week for the first time.
That's what you were going to add to I watched it last week for the first time? You were going to add I watched it? This has been the Showdown Podcast history. And now it's time for a little segment we like to call Bang Roll or Bust.
And in this week's episode of Bankroll and Bust, we're going to see if Corey can finally win a round by telling us the box office take for the 1991 movie Freddy's Dead. On a budget of $11 million, Corey, how much was the box office?
He gets a leeway of $1.1 million.
90 million.
Would you like to do the honors?
Go ahead, Vic. That's what I figured.
Something. Corey, I can say you are one of my most consistent friends. I can always count on you to fuck this up.
Okay.
You know what I thought Vic was getting ready to say? Corey, you're not going to go home empty-handed. You're going to take the home version of Bankroll or Bust. Take it with you. Thought he was going to go full game show host there on you.
So what was the total?
The total was $34.9 million.
Oh,
how much did you say? 111?
No, I said 90.
Oh, okay, 90.
That's closer than he's ever been.
It's a little high, though.
Yeah.
My first thought was 75, but then...
Corey, you didn't even see this movie in the theaters when it came out, and you are a horror fan, so you should have lessened
Not
that
at that time,
by
though.
half right then.
At that time, I wasn't much of a horror fan. Not like I am now.
Where did your love of horror develop?
What year?
What year? The exact year was... it's probably around 99, 98.
I know the exact year I became a Heat fan.
Well, that's different.
2010.
But yeah, yeah.
If it wasn't for the fact that
for
we
you,
were like
better.
an hour into this podcast already,
Oh, you'd get into my Heat fandom?
I would get into your Heat fandom.
Yeah, people can have whatever. They can give me whatever shit they want about it. It's you know what I feel like with the Heat, by the way.
Oh boy,
I just started feeling this way.
Way to go, Vic.
I feel like it's like a girlfriend I'm with, and people are like, "No, you're just with her for her looks. Like you don't. There's not love there." And I'm like, "No, we love each other. Like I love her for her." And people are like, "No, you're gonna get sick of it, and you're gonna end up breaking her heart. Or you're end up gonna just moving on or being bored. Blah blah blah." I love her. I love her so much. I love the Heat. I love everything about them. I love their owner. I love their play-by-play guys. I love.
Happened, but I don't really care. I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here. Shit, I'm out.
Oh wow!
And so this movie.
Well, I have been put in my place.
So, Brad, you were saying about this movie?
It was a good movie. I like the movie. I like the movie. The movie was a film. It was a horror genre. It was very entertaining. I enjoyed it.
Vic,
tell everybody what the plot of the movie is.
So the plot of the movie in 1999, Freddy Krueger has returned and killed nearly every child and teenager in the town of Springwood, Ohio, excluding Alice Johnson and her son Jacob, who are relieved to have moved away. The only surviving teenager, known only as John Doe, finds himself confronted by Freddy in a dream and wakes up just outside the Springwood city limits, does not remember who he is or why he's outside of Springwood, and the craziness ensues from there. Let's talk about this movie.
All right, what you got, Brad?
Yeah, you kind of fuck up there. Okay.
You see this shit?
You know what, Vic? You got the bigger arms. Start reeling that curtain back. All right, gang. We realize we might have lost some of you listeners over the past couple of years. Like you'll hear one episode you'll love where we get into some weird thing or whatever, and then you're like, "Fuck, that was 4 episodes in a row of Vic doing a lot of reading." God. And so we decided we were going to fix that. We're a very self-aware show. We have realized our faults, and it has been this, I think, self-awareness and realization that has made the show where I actually think has been entertaining since about episode 17. And I feel like we're now going to get even better because we're going to do what most new comics have to learn how to do, which is tighten up. We're not going to make Vic, because it's rough on Vic. Like, you guys understand, going through the entire plot of a movie, kind of scene by scene, is tough. I mean, it's like Vic has to give a book report every episode that we do, and we realized finally that you guys have seen these movies. There's no reason for us to go through the entire plot scene by scene and remind you of it. You just want to maybe hear our thoughts on it and maybe hear whatever else we get into, which is kind of the spirit of the show, which is where all of our best content has always been. That maybe it's some running jokes along, but that I've had to work tirelessly and just thanklessly, to come up with reoccurring characters and reoccurring jokes to make these things more interesting. And God, it's a good thing that there's broad shoulders back here.
If it wasn't for you, Brad, what would we do?
We owe it all to you.
You would have already been on your 3rd and 4th podcast individually. But no, but we've done a very good job of that so far, of kind of looking at where we could get better at and trying to make it better. And I think we've always done that. We used to do battles with me and Corey. That was awful for everyone. And so we said, why don't we have Corey and Vic? Like, Corey's been itching to have a fight with a black guy that doesn't involve him getting his ass kicked.
Hold on. There was still a number of times he completely got his ass kicked. So
I mean, like, physically.
Oh, I understand, but I'm still just saying.
Oh. And Vic was just like, yeah, I get to yell at a cracker. And so it was a match made in heaven, and I was way better just kind of standing off to the side, throwing zingers here and there, as opposed to me trying to have an argument, like build an argument. I was doing what Vic was doing. We were going scene by scene through 2 movies back then. Can you imagine listening to one of those beasts?
No.
They're like an old Plymouth that just sits in your grandfather's driveway, and like, you want to like get rid of that or take it to the junkyard? No, that Plymouth will run. Just need a new fuel injector. Just need a new fuel injector, clutch,
tires,
engine, gas, windshield, doors, seatbelts.
We get that damn cat out of the cab.
Steering wheel.
All right.
Exhaust pipe. I'm just naming all the parts of the car right now. I'm about out.
So anyway, we're gonna change it up.
So yeah, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give you our highlights, what we found interesting about the movie, or scenes that we found interesting in the movie, and we're gonna give you our thoughts on those, and that will hopefully keep inspiring. Like, I mean, what all have we talked about on this episode? Not Freddy's dead, but I think a lot of interesting stuff. I feel like so far we're doing good. Now I probably jinxed us.
Yeah,
the rest of this is gonna be bad.
Nice job.
But I think
Corey's gonna take the whole fucking thing now. Thanks a lot, Brad.
I'm confident I can pull us out of the nosedive, Vic.
You made him self-aware.
Oh shit, yeah. Now he's gonna start killing people, and they're gonna be like, "But no, it couldn't be this garden gnome. It's just stationary." He kind of looks like a gnome. You have a beard. You have a bushy beard, and you're short.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go buy him a red.
All bushy beard, short people to me look like a garden gnome. You can say I look like a scarecrow. I can pull that off because, like, especially now I got a little, like, I'm older. I got a little bit more of a belly, so it just looks like stuffing thrown in there, and then my arms just look like twigs put out to the side, and I'm always just standing in cornfields.
Let's talk about this dumb movie.
Oh, okay. Well, way to give away. Maybe we should start giving our Survivor Series results away up front and then kind of just explaining our actions, and then we can hit the highlights that way.
No, let's keep it on the end.
Really? Like, you think people are that? Like, oh, hold on, guys. We go. After the commercial, they'll give us the results.
We have to build up suspense.
Ma, Paul, gather round.
They're gonna tell us who won. Which one did it make it? Did it make it?
And did it start? Did they get to the result? No, Paul. They Corey's about to give his social media, but you know he ain't gonna be able to get it the first time. You figure he would learn by now. He just like Charlie Brown that old football.
You know that black one's gonna jump in there and stop it too.
By the way, that was Vic saying that.
I was just playing into the narrative. Sorry.
Oh man.
By the way, I love these listeners I created for us that are somehow this. It's a mix between like a backwoods, early settlers.
I just love that they have like they're backwoods early settlers with Wi-Fi and they can download shit.
I mean, we don't really, we teach the kids good Christian values and hard work, but occasionally we'll let them wind down and gather around the old Stitcher app and just listen. Let Corey and Victor and Brad take us away.
We don't get this.
That Coach Pagano, he's something else. He's always traveling with. He's always tell people get in their lane, stay in their lane. Just that guy. Oh, that Miley. Oh man.
I can't believe they get all those stars on that show.
I mean, that Miley, whoo. Sounds like a hottie.
Wow. What about me?
I wasn't doing the actual character voices. I was doing backwoods early settler with Wi-Fi father, his opinion of the impressions.
I think Owen was trying to talk to the backwoods settler guy.
Well, Vic, I want you to go back at some point and look at how long from when we started this little part to now. I think this is the fastest he's ever killed what could have been a reoccurring character. Like, the guy's dead now. I'm looking for the voice. I want to do it, but he's like, nah.
Time's passed.
Tell him to always remember me and tell him it was Corey's fault. He just couldn't let it sit.
Hey, Corey, when you kill old dudes from those kind of families, all their kin come after you.
Uh-oh.
You're in trouble.
All right.
I challenge you, sir, to a Okay, I'm not doing that. Yeah. We are not that podcast. Oh, the man of a million voices. Here's some sound effects. So this movie, this film, Starred Robert Englund,
Breckenmeyer,
which
I had
Showdown returning alum.
Yeah, I had no idea that he was even.
Who's
in
the
this.
first person I said?
Robert Englund.
Oh, Robert Englund. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not a returning. This is his first appearance.
Yes.
Ooh, first.
Yaphet Kotto. He's been in. He's recurring.
Yep.
Returning.
He was an alien, and he was also in the thing. Did we do the thing?
We have not.
We haven't done the thing yet.
Okay.
What?
That
Wait,
was another one that was on your list.
Wait, who was?
Yeah, that was on my list.
Who is?
On the one that on rank you very much. With
No, I know, but who?
Yaphet
who is
Kotto. He was the black dude.
Oh, okay.
You really think that his name is Yaphet Kotto? Who'd you think it was?
I thought there was an Asian that popped up somewhere around there.
Weird cameo by Roseanne and Tom Arnold.
Yeah, that was really strange.
Well, they were hot at that time, like as far as like being a newsworthy, relevant couple. Because it was kind of, remember, everybody was like, "Oh, holy!" Like, okay, wait, what year did this come out, Vic?
91.
91.
So this is probably like 90, 91 when they got married. Think about how little of entertainment options we had. That the whole country was just taken aback by, oh, these two fat crazy people are going to get married.
There was another cameo, Alice Cooper.
Who is he?
He played Freddy's dad, the one that was whipping him.
There was also another cameo.
There was, and I forgot
an alumni of the series as well.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah, he was the brain on drugs guy.
Which I thought was kind of funny that he came back to do that, because I would assume that they would just use like footage that was cut from the previous movie, but no.
Well, no, but Johnny Depp seems like a guy. He probably liked doing
he probably
you know what I
did.
mean? So he probably was like, he wanted to do it.
Yeah.
That's what I've always liked about Johnny Depp. I don't understand why people hate him so much.
It probably has to do with the whole hitting, what's her name, allegedly.
No, because people aren't yelling wife beater or woman beater at him. They're yelling douche and take off your scarves and bracelets.
He kind of became like this cartoon character of himself. And I think that's where people started like really getting to not like him.
Yeah, I wonder if that would happen to you after being told for 20 years you're one of those beautiful people on the planet and everybody just handing you over everything you want. That's what I said, man. I don't like. I hate when we blame celebrities for shit like that because, like, yeah, he might be a douche, but we've kind of created that environment where you would become a douche. It's like when people get a holier than thou about athletes or actors or whatever cheating on their spouses.
Right.
You're not cheating. You're not because you're that great of a person. That might be it, but more than likely, you're not cheating because you don't have, LeBron's options.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have his temptations.
You also don't have his apologies money. So
yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, that's why I try not to judge Justin Bieber. Like when people talk about how he's a douchebag, I kind of look at him like, yeah. What did you expect?
I cannot agree with you on that.
No, we told him since he was 10 years old he's the biggest thing in the world.
It's still
What did you think we were going to create?
I greatly understand the point behind that, and I do believe it is completely true. But he's taken his douchebaggery to a whole nother level.
Well, but
like you can be a douchebag, but he's like a douchebag's douchebag.
But here's the thing: there's no one to stop him. He buys them all.
That's true. Well, I don't know. He's not. Australia's looking to stop his ass. He ain't allowed to go there anymore. You've been fucking banned from an entire country.
Yeah, like he gave a shit. He left him a monkey, Vic.
Not in Australia. He didn't leave
Germany,
it in
I think.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to say that. There was some place he did not give a shit about going back to. And he was like, okay, yeah, fuck it. Keep the monkey.
Yeah.
See if I give a shit. I'll buy another monkey.
Huge fucking douchebag.
But you know what? Yeah, again, what do you expect? Like, yeah, of course he's a douchebag. Like, he's gonna go. Like, that's not, I don't know. I try to have a little empathy because I can't imagine like growing up that way. And here's the thing: there was time when I was in my early 20s where I got a very, very small local one market Indianapolis taste of being kind of respected for what I did in a way, and being given perks where I could go to pretty much any of the bars in Broad Ripple and pretty much most of the bars downtown, and I knew all the people that worked there and all the people that owned them, and they gave me free shit all the time. They treated me really nice, treated me really well, and a little bit of that went to my brain. I was here in Indianapolis. There was no paparazzi. There was nobody. It was free drinks, a free Corona, and I started throwing change on people.
Making it rain with
So I couldn't imagine if Usher came to me at 10 years old and was like, "You're going to be the biggest thing in the world." Right after I fuck this fat bitch.
All right. So about Freddy's dad.
Oh yeah, we watched a movie.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Corey.
No, I tell you, there was one scene.
By the way, can I mention that the Corey completely nixed the idea of giving away our results for whether it holds up or not and explaining them, and that's going through the highlights. He just axed that immediately, right?
Uh-huh.
Then proceeded to start this segment with that dumb movie and giving away his answer to the Survivor Series.
Now, see, if you hadn't brought it back up, it probably would have been glossed over and nobody would have realized I said
I
it.
see what you're doing.
No.
He's gonna come to us later and be like, I actually think that was a really good idea what I did there with like, and he's just gonna take full credit for suggesting it. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
I thought the video game Dream was the most ridiculous thing I'd ever seen.
Fuck, you went that far in on it already?
Yeah, why not? Let's just jump around. I don't care.
All right, so I actually liked the video game portion of it because it was silly enough that like it played into the whole Freddy Krueger's just ridiculous way of dealing with people. And what the hell else was that stoner going to do? He fed into the stoner's fucking ridiculousness, and I thought it was kind of funny. And I liked the way it played into the reality of what they were all seeing. His head fucking going into the ceiling and shit. I thought that part was actually pretty good.
But here's the thing about that, and this goes along with something else that happened earlier in the movie too. The John Doe kid had fallen. Did he fall asleep when he was going up the stairs? He was dreaming. He was walking up the invisible stairs.
Like he was already asleep.
Yeah, he was asleep and walking up invisible stairs because in his dream he was walking upstairs. So
Right.
in real time, there's nothing there. He's just going up invisible stairs. Anytime somebody moves around in their dreams, they don't get up and act them out in real time. They actually stay in bed. You saw it through the entire movie.
Corey, you realize.
Unless, of course, he was sleepwalking, but that was not... I didn't really think that was established. Because I think at one other time he was sleeping too, and he didn't sleepwalk. Am I wrong? Am I missing something here?
Yeah, the fact that we're talking about Freddy's dead. And all of the other crazy shit that's happened in these movies, and this is what you're keying on?
Yeah, I just thought it was stupid.
Look, three fucking Freddy-faced worms fly out of his mouth. I think we can let this one go.
Nope, I'm not.
So,
what, Brad? Did you say that you like that? You brought that up earlier that you, as a scene. Brad, yeah. Brad.
Ah. Sorry, I must dozed off there for a second. Can't be doing that. You got any caffeine pills or cocaine or some meth?
Yeah, it's in the bathroom.
Okay. That video game scene, that was intense. It was trippy. Yeah. Don't fall asleep, man. You know the song. 1, 2. Fred's going for you. Fred's going to stay in his lane. He's going to do his job. Fred's just out there. He's in the dreams, just chopping wood and just out there he doing what he's getting paid. He's out there. He's not taking a knee for the anthem. He's just out there killing kids in their dreams. And by God, that's what he's supposed to do. That's what his job is. And he's staying in his lane and killing them kids. I say, I commend you, Mr. Krueger. A tip of my burnt hat. My hat's burnt too.
Okay. So, was there any scene that stood out to you that you thought was stupid?
Well, I thought it was stupid. I thought it was an excellent film.
Oh, great.
I'm just kidding. I thought all the scenes with Robert Englund pre-burned Freddy were really good, like really creepy. Like the scene of him killing her mom in the yard as she runs up was creepy as shit.
Okay, but here's the thing, though. What you learned from the first movie was the neighborhood adults, they found out that he was molesting kids. They burned him up.
Mm-hmm.
That was the story. Where did this story come from?
It was before that happened.
See, that just
doesn't... Wait, what do you mean?
They didn't look. They didn't just go, "Hey, that Kruger guy, he's the one doing it. Let's go get him."
Yeah,
kids were getting attacked and killed.
Wait, you
murdered.
You think they heard rumors that he was doing this, and as soon as they heard the first rumor, they're like, "Let's fucking go burn his house down."
Yeah.
No, like his wife discovered it as the townspeople had kind of figured it out as well.
No, his wife had discovered all his. Like the glove and all the other stuff that he had been killing.
And I'm guessing she put two and two together that the child murders might have something to do with her husband's bloody collection of sharp
looks like
weaponry.
That child's face was punched with a glove covered in nails. Oh, my husband has a glove covered in nails. He might be the cause of this.
Yeah, I don't know.
The collection of fucking gloves were awesome though.
I only remember one of them, like the main one that you normally see.
He had one with razor blade fingers. He had one that had nails like in it, so like punching fucking like for punching people. There were all kinds of shit in there. It was awesome.
Yeah, and I thought they had it right. Like his wife.
As far as his history, you mean?
Yeah, they figure it out and they burn his house with him in it.
Okay, it just seemed odd to me. Like this just came.
Well,
out
I mean, it comes around. It comes around and gives you kind of the idea of where it came from when he talks about the whole making the pact with the demons thing. But the thing that got me, like right from the start of the movie, I was like, how fucking stupid is this kid? Like he knows what's happening. He knows why it's happening. And then I was watching the scene in the airplane. I was like, oh, this reminds me of fucking the Twilight Zone when he was tearing up the airplane.
You mean what was it? Tales from the Dark Side.
I thought it was the Twilight Zone.
It was the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, you're right.
Was the original one?
Yeah, Twilight Zone.
John
and when he goes through the floor, I was like, that's a pre-built trap door underneath his directly underneath his seat with like paper or something. I was like, okay,
yeah.
I got to suspend my disbelief real early in this one, so I let it go. And as soon as I started watching, I was like, all right, I'm going to watch this with a completely different mindset here.
Can I introduce a new segment?
What's that?
Since this is almost like a Showdown rebirth, doesn't it kind of feel that way?
The reboot.
Feels like we're doing the show, we're doing the show, but we're doing it in a little new way. But
yeah, we get you. What's
okay,
up?
so this is a new segment. It's called Ask the Coach.
Oh,
Corey, ask the coach his thoughts on the whole Freddy's history and whether they were true to it and everything else.
For the record, I am scared to where this is going.
Completely against this.
Hey, Corey. So, Coach Pagano, you got a question for the coach?
Sure, Coach.
Lay it on me.
What do you think about Freddy Krueger's backstory?
Well, sir, I'll say this: fine job they did of bringing it to life. I just read about it as stories when I was a kid, and
when you were a kid,
yeah, when I was a kid. One thing I would say though, the only disagreement I had with the film's amazing film, should have won Best Picture. The only thing I disagree with is I would have gone darker. See, you don't realize this, Corey. Old Chucky P's dark. I've been to some dark places. I would have had the townspeople throw his daughter in the house and burned her too.
Wow, that's
and
pretty
I would have
rough.
been watching that scene. Well, with a bottle of lotion.
I was going to say with your pants around your ankles.
Some Kleenex.
Because
that's the best substance to clean my glasses, Corey, so I can actually see the TV. I don't know what you are thinking of, but it's surprisingly a little bit of Jergens lotion.
You put lotion on your
glasses.
glasses.
A little bit of Jergens lotions on the lens. You should try it.
Yeah.
It shines them up nice.
So do you wear contacts?
And make sure your glasses stay in their lane and do their job. Their job is to help you see, Corey.
Well, thanks for that, Coach. I appreciate your input.
It's because they use mirrors. That's how glasses work. Just mirrors. Mirrors for your eyes.
So this kid ends up in the funny farm, I guess. Is it an orphanage?
Yeah.
Like how? Like they find a kid on the street.
Dude,
He's
I don't know
got
what the
amnesia,
hell is going on.
And they take him to an orphanage instead of like the hospital to get fucking checked out.
Dude, the most irresponsible orphanage workers too.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so you guys are just gonna take we know you snuck away here. So you're just gonna drive the van back and not do anything else, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
You were trying to escape in the first place, but I'm going to trust you to take this van.
She should have ended that pointing her finger, wagging it at them, going, "No fucking."
Something else about that quote unquote orphanage. Okay, Yaphet Kotto was like a doctor that studied people's dreams, which is very similar to what happened in Dream Warriors. They had a group of people and they would study their dreams. So they took a little bit from that movie.
Oh, so you think that profession just ends with with that movie?
No, but it's a movie though in the same franchise. Just come up with some different ideas instead of him happens to be analyzing dreams. So I know what to do.
No, it's not that he analyzes dreams. It's that he teaches them, because all of these kids are fucked up in the head. He's studying their dreams to help them cope with all the shit that they've been dealing with. The girl was raped. The one kid had his fucking eardrum blown out with a Q-tip. Like, all their shit that's going on in their heads, he's trying to help them deal with that. So he's studying their dreams because they're having nightmares and shit like that. So it actually makes sense to the plot line of the story. So give the man some credit.
Yeah, but like you say, it was a poorly run orphanage.
Yeah, most definitely.
I assume that's what that was, but it looked like a caseworker lived there. That older white dude, I guess, was like a caseworker or something. And then you had the younger who ends up being Freddy's daughter. She's a counselor? ? I don't know. And then Yaphet Kotto is just a doctor. So I'm sure there's other people, but it just didn't, and it didn't look like you'd want to live there either. Because it looked like, from the outside, wasn't it like an old factory?
Yeah, but that house made the orphanage look like the Ritz.
Yeah. I don't know. The way he was all about that bed, I think they had him sleeping on like rocks or something.
Yeah. Yo, Steve Austin a beer.
Steve Austin, what the fuck?
The sad part is Vic not only doesn't get your inside WrestleMania reference,
yeah,
he also doesn't get. He's like, why would I owe the $6 million man a beer?
He can rebuild them.
Vic, was there anything else that stood out to you that was kind of odd or anything?
So one of the things that cracked me up, like once they got back and they were like fighting Freddy, and Yaphet Kotto figures out like we gotta when you wake up you have to be holding on to him to pull him out of the dream. You know, they bring him into the real world.
Yeah, like
and then they start basically kicking his ass, and she gets into a fight with him, and the girl is like sliding all these weapons underneath of that fence, and she's like beating the shit out of him with him. Then I'm like, he's standing against the wall, and she throws a throwing knife at him. And he, like, puts his hand out against the wall, and it stabs through his hand into the wall. And she proceeded to, like, throw throwing stars and knives and, like, all this shit at him. And then she fired a crossbow bolt that was only about 4 inches long into his leg. And he made this move like it had pinned his leg to the wall. It was crazy.
It would have been great if, hang on, it was so great if, like, in the middle of all that, she just threw a baby at him. And the baby stuck to the wall.
Like, you know those wacky wall walkers where it just flips down the wall?
Did you throw a baby at me? That's my Freddy Krueger, by the way.
That's bad.
Nice.
I don't think it's that bad.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean, Corey?
No, that sounds all a little like Cookie Monster, actually.
C is for child molesting. Because the film.
Yeah.
Was he a murderer or a child molester?
He's both.
Which way was it? Like, what was the overarching story for him? Was
I think
he
he was
just
both.
a guy that was murdering kids, or was he molesting?
In this movie, it sounds like he was just a murderer. But in the original, he was a child molester. That's what I'm saying. There's something.
Oh, well, probably because they didn't want to have too much pedophilia since they had to use, Rambo girl's backstory as her dad was fucking her.
Yeah.
Rainbow. Oh yeah.
But go ahead with the stars and everything else.
Yeah, it was just ridiculous. And then he gets a crowbar, and she stabs him with the blunt, rounded end of the crowbar.
He's got a soft body.
Apparently. But nothing kills him until she throws a pipe bomb into him, kisses him, and walks away.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And Yaphet Kotto shows his brute strength by ripping off a door that he couldn't do earlier.
That was hilarious.
I was like, why didn't you do that to start?
Right, like she's been trapped in there.
You guys been sliding weapons under the door, like, well, just rip off the door if you could.
Yeah.
A dick move.
He's like, I'll wait for you to finish fighting him, and then I'll pull up.
Is it all safe now? Okay. Well, if I rip off the door, he can get to us.
You handle that, Maggie. Handle it.
We did Running Man on the show, didn't we?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
He's
it was
in
that battle,
too.
wasn't it?
Yeah. So that makes movie number 3 for him.
Mm.
Yeah.
He's a triple star.
3-time returning star, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Anyway. So she kills Freddy by putting a pipe bomb in his body. He blows up, and the magic worms that were keeping him alive come flying out of his head in 3D, which is not very impressive when you're watching it on
in 2D.
television.
Was this released as 3D?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was.
I actually took my glasses off because I see in 3D normally without my glasses on.
I think everybody does.
I took my glasses off real quick so that I could. No. Let me explain this to you, Corey. Because my vision is so bad, when I take my glasses off, I actually see in split 3D vision. Like, I see, like, you know, when that 3D, like, you have the red to blue, is kind of offset.
Yeah.
That's how my Forrest Whitaker eye works when my glasses aren't off.
Do you also have the ability to scale walls and breathe underwater?
No, I haven't developed.
Oh yeah, we definitely know the underwater thing ain't true. You imagine if they made Aquaman black? What? My power is to talk to fish.
That's some bullshit.
I got to staying on the rock over there and holler at him.
I don't know, but I get all the scrimps I can eat.
I have to go in the water with this perm.
So this is my final thing on this, and I have to see what you think about this. What you guys think about this? So
okay.
In the Freddy movies, I guess I don't know how many are there altogether.
I think there's 7 or 8.
Several. Okay, so say there's 7 of them. Is this the movie that had the most surviving characters at the end?
To be honest, I haven't seen all of them, but this. Out of, I think, the first one and this one, yeah, it does.
You haven't seen all of these? I figured you would have been the one that... Oh, no, this is Brad's movie. Okay, Brad, you should know this then. Is this the movie that had the most people survive?
Brad.
Oh, my God, that was awful. I didn't have a dream about Freddy, just your guys' conversation. The past few minutes.
Wonderful.
Put me to sleep. I can't be going to sleep. He'll get me if I'm asleep. I need to watch these commercials to stay awake.
We'll be right back.
Better jump in here before Corey steals it. This is commercial time. Corey, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on...
Yeah, after you almost fucked this whole thing up, Vic, tell them where they can find you. Vic? Victor!
Oh, sorry. It was my turn to fall asleep. I thought Corey was going to go for that. You can find me at MillerKing51 on social media and as Black and Angry on all gaming platforms. And...
Victor!
Black and Angry. Xbox. Corey.
You know what? Actually, Vic, you look tired. Get some rest. You can find me at Brad Scott Comedy and BradScottComedy.com. And check out WrestleMania. Check out My Way. And check out Ginger Jesus 2K on social media, YouTube channel. Coming in January, hopefully. So, Corey, go ahead.
You can find me on Letterboxd and Twitter at NKOGonzo. Be sure to check out Vic and I's other show, the Miller Times Podcast, where we talk about TV shows that we're currently watching, which are mostly all comic book based.
All right, let's get back to the show. You know what's weird? Martin Luther King had a dream. Aaliyah had a dream. Left Eye had a dream, and they're all dead now.
Dreams of fucking the R&B bitch like Maya when I saw that ass on the front of that King. No sleep till.
A chuckle from Victor. I did my job. Welcome
I
back.
never know what's going to be coming.
All right. Corey,
Yes.
tell the people how you are going to vote. I'm sure this is going to be shocking. Vic, are you ready?
Yeah, I am ready.
Corey, go ahead.
Okay. So, like I said, this is the first time I'd ever seen it, and I'm glad I had not seen it before. This movie is awful. The CGI is bad. It's not special. Yeah, this is not something I'll ever watch.
Vic, hit me. You were so not ready. You had no idea what the hell I was talking about. You meant ready with his answer. Vic, go ahead. What do you think? No, you know what? Actually, hold on. I'm going to create a little suspense. I say it survives. The video game scene was funny. I remember that from when I was a kid. I thought it had enough creepiness to be a solid horror film. With the scene with Freddy pre-Freddy, and it had that classic Freddy humor. It was a Freddy movie. Of course, it's ridiculous. You got to forgive some of the special effects because of the times and the budget and everything else. So it survives for me. Vic?
Oh, it's my turn.
Vic!
I'm here. So this movie, in watching it, I was seriously, I guess, over expecting it to be better than it was? Question mark? I don't know. I remember it being so much better than it was. Watching it this time, I just caught every stupid thing that was in there and was like, this is probably the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. But with that said, I also had fun fucking watching it. It was just funny. Like, I enjoyed the stupid grotesqueness of it. Just the ridiculousness of like the kids driving that fucking van left and right, always ending up in the same place and always looking like, what the fuck's going on? And never ever thinking like we're stuck in a fucking dream loop or some shit. I don't know. It was just fun to watch. It wasn't scary. It was very creepy at points when we actually had to deal with actual Freddy Krueger himself as a human, and the shit he'd done. But I enjoyed it. I actually think it survives.
Oh my goodness.
I love it.
Oh my damn. No.
Oh my Lanta.
I love it.
I protest. I'm protesting this one like I protested It miniseries.
All right. And just like your It miniseries protest, management's going to pass.
I'm taking a knee. I'm taking a knee on the next episode.
Oh, you better be careful. You'll blow it out or you'll break a hip. And with that, we hope you've enjoyed kind of the new look of the Showdown. New year coming up.
Yeah, it's a little. This was a little. It's a little sprung on us a little bit out of the blue.
Yeah,
so.
I came in. I was like, you know what? The show's getting terrible again. Time to clean up.
Time to change it.
Trying to change it up. Trying to make it fresh for us. And I think this is maybe the most fun episode I've had in a long time.
Hopefully.
Would you agree?
That way. Hopefully, it comes off that way.
Well, would you? Fuck. Who cares about that? There's two people listening.
Look, we've been doing this for a long time for ourselves, not for other fucking people.
Exactly.
So
but I mean, Vic, did you have more fun doing
matters.
this episode than like a lot of them lately?
Yeah,
They've always been fun, but this one felt special for some reason.
That's because I kept derailing it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's because we've never had you do that before.
All right. Well, on that note.
By the way, that wasn't sarcasm. Just in case you didn't know, Corey.
Oh, I know.
All right, I'm going to try that again. And on that note.
New York City. You're now rocking with the
If you know it, don't say it yet. Thank you for listening to the Showdown Podcast. This is Freddy Krueger. We'll see you next time. Ho, ho, ho.
Hey, Corey, I think Freddy Krueger may have his ass Bill Cosby.
I ain't dead yet, motherfuckers.